Hello! Today we're going to be looking at 25 snapback problems. So first of all, what is a snapback? It's a shape where we can, by sacrificing one stone, we can reduce the opponent's liberties to be able to capture them. So in this case, these white stones, both these groups have 2 liberties, but if black plays here, white is forced to capture, since this is Atari. But after white captures, white has filled one of her own liberties, so now black can capture back. So this is a snapback. So there will be 25 problems. I'm going to give you 5 seconds for each, and I'm going to, of course, as usual, you can pause the video if you need a bit longer. I'm probably going to go through the solutions quite quickly. So if there are any variations that's missing that you're curious about, I encourage you to try to figure it out on your own, why the shown solution is the best one. And of course, you can ask in the comments if there's something you can't figure out. So, okay, here we go. So for this first one, if black just connects this one stone, then the eye shape is reduced to just one eye, so that doesn't work. So instead, black should play here, sacrifice the one stone temporarily, but it's a snapback, and black gets his 2 eyes in the end. So even though white can capture the one black stone here, like this, black can immediately capture it back. So this is the snapback. Here we have another common shape where the snapback comes up, which is black can play C1, and this still captures these 4 stones, because even though white can capture one stone like this, white is reduced to 1 liberty, and black captures back, and all the white stones are dead. For this one, black will always have just one eye in this area, so black needs to get one eye to the left, and the only way to do so is to temporarily give up these 2 stones. So they are captured, but then black can play here, and black is able to capture these stones in a snapback. And black is alive. Here, black can throw in here, and this creates a snapback shape where white can't capture this stone because black captures back. So instead, white is forced to capture here, and now white is reduced to just one eye. This is a false eye, so white is dead, and this is the correct solution for black. Here, if black tries to capture this whole white group by removing the eyes here, white can sacrifice 2 stones to create a snapback. So better for black is to just connect the one stone. White can live, and black can take this one stone, and even though black didn't kill white, this is the best black can do for points. Here, black needs to be careful not to play this Atari, hoping that white should connect here, because actually white will just capture the whole black group. So black needs to play this snapback instead. Then black is alive. Here, it would be easy for black to just capture these stones, but then white is alive with quite a lot of points. So better for black is to play this, setting up a snapback. And actually, this whole group here will also die. Here, black will simply Atari once here, white connects, and then there's no way for black to play any of these Ataris or come here, so black needs to find this move to capture these 2 stones in a snapback. And then all the white stones are dead. Here, black should take this vital point to make eyes with this group, but when white pushes in here, it looks like black is in trouble because now this is a double Atari. But of course, black can just save these 2 important stones, and even though white can capture these, black throws in, and it's a snapback. Here, if black is a bit careless, black might block like this, and then when white plays here, black is in big trouble because if black captures like this, black is dead, and of course black captures like this, black is also dead. So black needs to take care to play here to make this eye. Now white can Atari, black can capture, and black is alive. Here there are many different moves to live. Black can make two eyes immediately, or black can capture these 2 stones or capture these 3 stones. So of course the best for black for points is to capture these 3 stones. White is going to connect the 2 stones. And since this is already a snapback, there's no need for black to add a move here. Black can just pass. And even if white captures here next, black just captures back. So this will be the end result of the game. Here, black can't play a snapback immediately, but by throwing in here, white captures. Now black has set up the snapback where black can throw in and then capture. So this is a very common shape, kind of a 2-step snapback, you could call it, where black first sacrifices 2 stone, and then 1 stone, and then finally captures the white stones. Here you might recognize that these 2 stones can be captured in a snapback like this, and this is true, but black can actually do even better by throwing in here first. And now white can't connect here yet, because it just dies, so white is forced to capture here, and now when black captures these 2 stones in a snapback, the whole white group is dead. So this is the correct solution in this case. Here, if black tries to save all the stones, it's not good for black because it becomes a Seki, and black doesn't get many points. So better is actually to sacrifice these 2 stones, because black can immediately get revenge and take white stones back. Now black has many more points, so this is the correct solution. Here, black can't save these 2 stones. If black captures, white can capture back, but black can come from the outside, and when white can't capture here, Self-Atari. So white needs to capture here. Black can throw in like this. White still can't capture on B1, so white captures here. Black Ataris from the outside, and now white is reduced to just 1 eye. So even though these 2 black stones are dead, with this sequence, black can remove the eye locally. Here it's instead black that needs to worry about keeping this a real eye. Black is going to capture this 1 stone, of course, but if black does it like this, then it's going to become a false eye. And like this also, it's a false eye. And like this, it's not an eye at all. So black needs to connect here, make a solid shape. And when white comes in, it looks like this stone is connected, but black can sacrifice 2 stones and make the snapback. Here, if black captures, these 3 stones are dead. So here black should instead set up this 2-stage snapback. And black is alive and white is dead. If black comes here, white comes here, and white is completely alive. So better for black is to come in, take this point, and when white cuts it off, black can play here, and it's a double snapback. White captures here, black takes back, white captures here, black captures back. So this move kills the whole white group. This is a very easy move to miss in a real game. You might think that black should just capture the 1 stone, but then white has this double snapback like we saw in the last problem. So instead, black needs to be careful and just descend here. Now this is a real eye, and also white can't come down here, so black is completely alive. Here there are multiple ways to live, but there's only one that gives black the most possible points. For instance, if black plays here, this move threatens a snapback at this point. So if black plays away, white is going to play the snapback. So black needs to connect. Now, by playing here, white can reduce the liberties, and this will become a seki locally. So just 1 point or no points locally for both sides, so not very good for black. So instead, also if black plays this one, white can come here. It's a ko. Black can win the ko on this board, but still black has been reduced to just 3 points or 4 points, counting the captured stone. So better for black is to play here. Now white can come like this, white is dead, and if white comes in here, can you find the next best move for black? It's kind of a trick question, because the best move next is to just pass. Even though it looks like this double Atari, it's a snapback, so there's nothing white can do. Of course, in area scoring rules, in this case, it doesn't matter if black instead adds a move. In Japanese rules, this would be -1 point, and also in, for example, Chinese rules, if there were some other point left on the board, it would be, of course, better for black to take that point rather than connecting here. So it's good to know that, recognize that in this shape, it's actually not needed for black to add another move. Here, it looks like white has quite a lot of eye shape, but black can hit a vital point here, and white can't approach this stone without putting herself in Atari. And if white just connects, black can capture some stones in a snapback. If black comes from the outside, white can live, but it's a bit interesting that white should actually live with one of either this move or this move rather than this move. Because if white played this symmetrical move, which looks like the most natural, then this is a co-threat, because if white passes, black can throw in, and now if white captures, black captures, and white doesn't have time to play the snapback because white is in Atari. So this will be a co-threat, and this will also be a co-threat. So black has 2 co-threats, but if white plays here, then black has just either this co-threat or this co-threat. In either case, just 1 co-threat, so this move or this move is better than the symmetrical move in this case. Here, black should hit this vital point, threatening this snapback. So if white plays up here, black captures stones in a snapback. If white connects, black reduces the eye space from the top, and this shape is a bent 4 in the corner. White can't approach, it will be just 3 stones, which is dead, and later on it might look like a seki, but black plays here, white passes, and white will be dead. So after this move, the whole white group is dead. Here white has 1 secure eye on c1, and black's goal is to save these 2 stones to kill white. But if black tries to do it like this, white has this Tsuji, where black can't capture here. So black is forced to capture here, white can Atari, and this group here is dead. So instead, black should simply descend, and white still can't cut. So white can just Atari, and now if white cuts here, since black has not been forced to add a stone on a5, black has enough liberties to just capture this group. So white is dead. Here, the most natural looking move is maybe to play this Hane, but in that case, white can play Atari, Atari, and now black can't connect, and if black connects here, black can't play the snapback because it's Atari, so black is dead. So instead, black needs to connect here, and now when white comes here, black shouldn't connect here because now black is dead, but black should play this snapback, and that simultaneously prevents this snapback, because now if white plays here, black captures, since both the two stones are captured, white can't capture back. So with this move, black lives and, oops, like that. The group is alive with points. Here, the correct move is for black to come here. If white tries to, first of all, white can't make an eye here now. And if white makes eyes over here, black can throw in, Atari. White is reduced to no eyes. And if white captures, black can throw in here. White still can't make this eye, and if white captures instead, if white makes eyes over here, black can Atari, and white is dead. So this Cultisurgy kind of reduces this area to one eye in center. You might wonder why this doesn't work. It looks like we could do the same thing here. We can throw in and Atari like this. But actually, at this point, when black plays here, white has a better move, which is to connect this 4 stones, sacrifice 4 stones. Black captures, but white can come here and capture back. So this technique is called under the stones, when we sacrifice lots of stones like this and still can capture back. White plays under the captured stones, and this will probably be the theme of my next problem video. So I hope you enjoyed those snapback problems, and thank you for watching.